America has a problem.
Pick up another call in the parking lot to Tucson. Are you with me? You say what do we call? I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. Can you pick it on the phone? Like you haul and I know you need to go slow.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Well, the Seahawks won, and Stephon Diggs lost his girlfriend at the same goddamn time. Stephon lost and won. I want to talk about this Super Bowl. I'm seeing a lot of discourse of people who said it was great. They're now understanding it, to the discourse of not understanding in topics. I want to walk y'all through how we got last year and here, and how long it's been going on since 2018. and y'all not really catching like the bigger picture of the climate. When we had Usher, one of the greatest artists, and then he showed Atlanta. This is 2021, 22, somewhere like that. You had The Weeknd. You had people that stood up for something. As you know, Jay-Z is over the Super Bowl halftime show. Let's walk back, and then we're going to explain what y'all didn't get for Kdot and Bad Bunny. Because right now, we are in that climate where you have to get it. Like, y'all not paying attention. Blacks are number one unemployed under this regime. That was their thing to do. They didn't want blacks to have a job. And the white men are sitting down saying no, even though they have an education. Everybody ain't working. Jeff Bezos, Amazon, has laid off thousands of people that work for him. They're not really making the money. 2018, I believe it was 2018, we had police brutality on a rise when that man first took office. And they were already trying to erase history. We had where police officers said, we will not stand by this woman if anything happened to her. So Beyonce went and did her thing and won. Nobody understood formation when she dropped it. And it was Black Panther. Now everybody want Black Panther to come out. Or they want to join the Black Panther. That's where we at right now. That's where we at right now. Okay? When Beyonce came out and she stood on that car in New Orleans, and I'm going to tell y'all, Bad Bunny just did that reference last night. The same way Puerto Rico and New Orleans was affected, he just showed that last night. She stood on the police car. They were upset. But you want to know why she stood on that? Now that we see the documentary, now we understand. All right, let's go to Kendrick Lamar. Nobody heard Kendrick. Everybody thought he was, he's being patriotic. He wasn't. He was explaining what let me get a better picture. I'm going to break this down. Kendrick Lamar said, exactly, they're going to always do what we do. Kendrick Lamar said, and I repeat, right time, but you picked the wrong guy. Meaning, this is the right time for people to wake up. But you picked the wrong guy to erase your history. This represents the flag, but not only did it represent the flag, it represents every body that is part of a party. Red, blue, white. And every person that made up that flag, it was already an introduction into Bad Bunny. This is why he was picked, not Chris Brown. Okay, I love Chris Brown, but I'm going to get into that too. This showed every person, half of them people in there are Afro-Latinos. Good afternoon. This showed every black, brown-skinned person that made up that flag, especially black people, and how we was already being targeted of being really our history being erased. Now, nobody understood, well, why he got people on the jail court and having it shaped like a game controller, because he was telling y'all this is a game to them. When it comes to us, it's a game. It's still a game, meaning they'll play a game with us, which they've been doing. And now people are starting to wake up and be like, oh, wait a minute, this is a game to them. So he showed how many black people is in jail that didn't do nothing on death row. Half of them ain't even, not all have. He even showed how corrupt the system is and how it's not for us. Nobody, when I tell y'all, people's like, oh, his halftime show was stuck. They should have had Wayne. What the hell you need Wayne for, to pander to who? This is why I told y'all when he came out with a redacted part of putting Jay-Z in them files, he was targeting, because Jay-Z has been allowing people to be politically correct the whole time. J-Lo Insecure was in Miami. Miami is not just Hispanics, it's blacks. So that's why a lot of black performers are like, hey, you should have added us too, which is true, because I grew up in Florida. Blacks can mix their music with Latinas. They got Latina remixes with blacks. Reggaeton, everybody was welcome, okay? Because we understood not all of them was a white passing Latina. You know what I'm saying? We knew they had to be black, okay? They be black. And we're going to get into that in a minute, but nobody paid attention to that. Did Wayne deserve it? Absolutely. But can I be honest with you? We are in a time where we are a target without being a target. Black and brown has always been a target for years. Now that we are starting to discover history ourselves, and we're discovering, and like I told y'all before, we have Africans that reach all them flags that man showed last night. That was doing the African trade, and we're gonna get into that. It wasn't always in America. The stopping point was the islands, and they would get shipped off to the American people, to what's called the Americans. Okay. Yes. Yes. They starting to realize too that they're starting to understand too. And I was listening to this Asian man. He say, once people of different race come together and realize what the game is, y'all don't understand how much of a force y'all are. Like how much y'all are together. And I was looking last night at some of his points. Let's go to Bad Bunny, because the stuff I looked at, I was like, oh, we share the same shit. And we do. We do share it. Now, he's been very political. He's even called out Puerto Rico. A lot of people like, oh, he calling out Puerto Rico government. He was calling out Trump, because Trump did not give Puerto Rico their water. Like, Puerto Rico went out without stuff in the hurricanes, and he was calling them out. One of his songs, I'm going to share it with y'all. He said that he didn't want it to be, and I'm going to explain to you why he said he didn't want it to be Hawaii. And I talked about Hawaii a lot, but I'm going to explain why, because Puerto Rico is a territory of the U.S., but Puerto Rico still have certain things that are catered to them. Hawaii does not. Hawaiians are some Hawaiians are homeless, and you have people coming over there, living over there, and some of them are mostly homeless, getting driven out to pander to, yeah. So you'll be surprised. Hawaii is expensive, but he said he don't want it to be like that. So let's talk about last night. The sugar cane. I did some research. I say that look familiar. The sugar cane was not just in Puerto Rico, but it became a business for have slaves do sugar cane. And when Puerto Rico was having slaves and stuff, and some of them still work in the field, Puerto Rico and blacks, when they sent the Africans over to Puerto Rico, they were working in the sugar cane. They didn't, and that's water, so you could be with us. It could be a snake in there, whatever. They didn't give a damn. You got to pick that for their profit. That's how they felt. If you lived, I picked up in Florida, there were sugar canes. Honey, we finna get into that. Child, them palm color folks pissed me off last night. The ignorance, just child, they saying the part out loud. Another thing I noticed before we get into it, he had a lot of people like, wow, there were also blacks and there were also Afro Latinas, blacks and Latinas. He shared every flag, and every flag was part of the slave trade, and every island had to fight for their country. He even shouted out Haiti. Barbados is one of them. He shot out every island last night, including America and Canada. And here's a little bit. Florida, I think it was the Carolinas, one of the North or South Carolinas, and Louisiana had the sugarcane slave trade. I'm going to explain something to y'all. And it's going to be a little history in this. Haiti, before it got free, they believed that if they send them who didn't act right to Haiti or any of the islands because it was worse conditions. You're working in the sugar cane around water. They had blisters on their feet. Still the same as picking cotton. It was bad. Here, it wasn't as bad as they claim. I'm not saying it wasn't. They claim, okay? Oh, it's a little light. They don't do that, but they're still doing the same thing. So last night when he introduced the sugar canes, there is sugar cane slave trades. Jamaica had them. That's why he showed Jamaica. And Haiti had them. Haiti became the first country. And that's why and if you listen to the music he was playing, the drums, that is African. Certain instruments they play is African instruments because Africans were sent to Haiti, Puerto Rico. Even slaves would flee to Mexico. They would flee to Mexico to get away. So these people would come from the islands and come here because they felt like maybe they'll ship them off to be rude or be mean as they do now, right? As they did before. And I kept telling y'all when I first heard he was deporting immigrants of Latina and all these islanders, I said he finna put y'all back into the trade, because that's what it looked like. Shackles on their feet, in their hands, hanging their head low. That's a trade. They're doing a trade when they ship these people off. They take them to deportation centers, and half of these people are legal, and half of these people have. That is a trade. They're doing a freaking trade. Essaying women. That's what they've been doing. They've been doing that. So that's why I told people, y'all surprised about what they do. And we're going to get into that too, because I want to talk about this heifer right here. I want to get into her grifting, nasty. I'm concerned about the kids. I want to get into her before we end this. Oh, yes, I'm going to get into her. I'm going to get into some of the Real Housewives of New York City. And Portia told us without telling us, we're going to get into it. So him bringing out, what did he, let me get that video. Because some of the stuff that people were explaining, I was like, that makes sense. I had to do that on political. Side note, Jamaica declined to load fuel on Cuba's LPG tank following a new U.S. sanction. Well, Jamaica finna start standing up, and they finna have a problem with Jamaica. Anyway, let me get into... Let me check my story. No, let me go to my repost. I know where it's at. And they were explaining some of his stuff. And I'm hearing a lot of people say, oh, I don't understand what he's saying. Let me tell you something. You ain't got to understand what he's saying. It's the same goddamn message. It's the same message. This is the same message. This is the same message. And every year the message just get worse and worse because now we have to push stuff out there. It's not saying worse as like, oh, that's bad. No, it's getting worse. Like we gotta next, what is gonna be the revolution we gonna show on the goddamn TV? Hey, CC, like we gonna get worse to the revolution. I'm here for the revolution. I love how it's getting worse to show these folks what's up. I like it. Make it worse. Make it nasty. That's what I mean by worse. Make it nasty. Make it, yeah, yeah. Let them know. Yeah, I like that. I like that he came out and did that. And it's worse for the maggots. That's why I'm saying that. Because in their head it's worse. We gonna get in the mace too. Because some of this stuff people are saying just don't make sense. Y'all seen the Epstein file commercial? Did y'all see that? And Mike, I loved it. Let me tell you something. That's inclusion. And he didn't say immigrants made it. He said brown and black communities made America. He's not lying. He's not lying. We made up the blood, sweat, and tears, all that stuff. And y'all got to remember during the slave trade, most of these people was Afro-Latinas coming into America still being affected. They got mad at the Seahawks guy. He's half Mexican. I'm just not understanding what's going on. Let me share this video. But somebody explain the Lady Gaga part. I'm gonna have to find on my threads. I think it's on my threads.
This is Lo que pasó a Hawaii, What Happened to Hawaii by Bad Bunny, who's this year's Super Bowl artist. And I couldn't have understood this song before moving here and before listening and seeing what's going on to the culture of the Hawaiian people, as starting in the late 19th century, the USA took over the islands to turn it into military and money. And this song is a plea from Bad Bunny about his country, Puerto Rico, which is a U.S. territory and is being abused by the United States.
This is why when I did my stuff, I said them going into Africa that's what they're trying to turn that into. The goal is for him to take so he can run the whole world, pinky in a damn brain. I'm telling y'all, that is the goal. When I told Nigeria, oh, well, you don't know how we live. I say, why do you suspect a white man who has sat here and called your country trash to come save you? Why? Why? That's why I say with Kodak standing there, y'all really thought Kodak in his right mind? Them Haitians why would you stand with somebody that we fought so hard to be an independent country? Why? To look you in your face and hear that white lady tell him in his face, we're going to make Haiti great again. Baby, I wish you think you going to step your foot over there. Huh? Huh? Hey, I want you to think you going to step your foot on Haitian territory. Please. Please. Haiti has told the people time and time again, we don't need your saving. Everybody was mad at Haiti. Haiti need American help. We don't need your saving because your saving is never to save us. It is to control us. We fought for our own country. We don't need your saving. And they meant that. Haiti meant what they said. They stood on business. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Let me share that. And then we're going to get into some of Kdot stuff, how he was saying stuff at the Super Bowl and nobody caught. Nobody listened to the man. He even had a Hispanic rapper on there. He even used them like, listen, he been telling folks, we gonna get into that after this too.
Roots. Taino, Spanish, and African. That truth has always been known on the island. African people were not marginal to Puerto Rico's history. They built it, labored it, shaped its music, language, food, and spiritual life. What changed wasn't identity. What changed was power. Under Spanish colonial rule, racial hierarchy was formalized. Whiteness became a legal and social advantage. Policies rewarded proximity to Europe, not because Puerto Ricans rejected blackness, but because survival demanded adaptation. Later, after 1898, U.S. rule reinforced this logic. Census categories, schools, and institutions elevated whiteness as progress and framed blackness as something to soften, dilute, or overlook. This training didn't erase African heritage. It disciplined it. Blackness was allowed in rhythm, celebration, and labor, but questioned in status, authority, and belonging. That's why Afro-Puerto Ricans could be fully Boricua and still be asked where they're from, especially when language, skin tone, or accent disrupted expectations. African ancestry was praised when abstract, but policed when embodied. So the contradiction isn't denial, it's inheritance. Puerto Rico didn't forget its black roots. It learned under colonial pressure how to perform whiteness, while blackness continued to live, breathe, and anchor the island anyway.
Yeah. The way they listen. Let me see if I can pull up something that's Haitian. Even this, I noticed when they be doing Santeria in their dances, I've been knew that's African religion. That they're doing African religion. They're doing African dances with the white and the colors. That's how they're doing their stuff. Yes, is that they kept that. The drums, listen to it. That is the message. The message that nobody got was listen, the message is they're erasing history. That's why these people say it's Spanish, but I don't understand it. But I like it. Oh, and then you have some black people, that's just horrible. No, you don't understand it. Just like you told Kendrick Lamar was horrible. You didn't understand it. And this is why this man is sitting in that seat saying ain't no more black or brown history being told. The truth. The truth. And y'all and people, they're missing the point. They're missing the point. Half of them people don't even know their heritage. Oh, they didn't bring them. No, they didn't bring them here. But guess what they was close to when they hit them islands? America. Whether you like it or not, they were closer to America. So yeah, they took them to the islands, got them through whatever. Because remember, in The Woman King, she said that they were taking her to Haiti. Half of them that went to Haiti was a stopping point at that time. And the other islands, Puerto Rico, Barbados, Jamaica, all of them was like a stopping point, right? And if they didn't do that there, either they were unalived or they were shipped to America. Hey, they would ship them here to America. So yes, it didn't just go there. It had a stopping point. It had a stopping point. And the Caribbean islands was one, and that's why they fought back.
Africans didn't go to the U.S. They were sent to the Caribbean. Follow Divided Islands for real Caribbean stories they never wanted you to know. When people talk about slavery, they usually mention America, but the Caribbean was where it happened the most. Islands like Jamaica, Barbados, and Haiti had giant farms, called plantations, that made sugar and money for Europe. But those farms were brutal. People were forced to work all day in the hot sun. They weren't treated like humans. They were treated like tools. Many didn't survive long. And instead of helping them, the owners just brought in more ships with more people from Africa. It was a cycle: work, die, replace. And it made Europe rich. That's why the Caribbean got more slave ships than anywhere else. Not because the land was big, but because the people in charge only cared about profit. So when they skip the Caribbean in history class, they're skipping the place where slavery was the most intense. The Caribbean wasn't a side story, it was the center. Did you know?
And it would be their stopping point. Like, then they'll send them to America. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. If that they were losing pride and this and that, they still sent them there. That's what he was talking about. Him and Kdot been telling y'all, and y'all said it was boring. You could have had way. It would have been better. No, do you not understand? No, it wouldn't have been better. Because guess who Wayne ponders to? And I understand Reginae. I said Reginae had the right to speak all day. She had every right to speak all day because that's her daddy. Oh, we finna get into that. Chris Brown wanna be on the hate train. Chris Brown done got used to people hating him. And I'm finna be honest with you. He feel like, oh, they did their thing. I wanna do my thing. Because they hate me. So I'm make sure I jump on the hate train. That's what that is, y'all. They hate him, Chris Brown too. Everybody, they hate him. They do. We just gonna keep it a book. He want to be on the hate train.
American slave trade that went on in the Caribbean, a waterborne traffic. They didn't cross the Atlantic, but was going around in the Caribbean, was a very, very large flow of slavery. The estimate now is that over a period of 400 years, more than 2.5 million native persons, many of them from New England, were in slavery in the Caribbean. This is besides the Taino who lived there. This is another set. And this saltwater trade expelled them all over the Caribbean, to Little Bonaire and Curacao, to the many small Lucayas, to Hispaniola, and to Puerto Rico. In fact, one study done by Resendez, which is called The Other Slavery, is that in the period between 1670 and 1720, from the Carolinas, South Carolina in particular, more Indians were exported out of Charleston, South Carolina, than Africans were imported. Intra-American slave trade that went on in the Caribbean, a waterborne traffic. They didn't cross the Atlantic.
She not lying. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. Oh, no, they've been saying this. I'm gonna say this. Y'all know about the slave. Y'all don't know much about the slave trade, but we're only taught about the greatness. My ideology, teach them every motherfucking thing. Teach them how great. Teach us how great we was before they came and stole. And we gonna talk about the stealing and how I feel about they little bullcrap Super Bowl. How they stole, and they stole a. I think I have it. I'm gonna share it. They stole a princess from Africa. Oh, we finna get into it. How we was in greatness and been stoned and been part of this, came here, got with all of this. Half of us family is not really from here. Half of our family is from the islands. We don't even know it. It then brought us here, and now we're here. Some of us are native, like they say Native Americans or Black. They brought the same thing. Let's call a spade a spade. And now they don't want us to know our greatness. Oh, it's too many Black doctors, Black and brown doctors. Oh, you're too accomplished. Oh, y'all working, y'all getting the better jobs. They're saying now. I want y'all to pay attention and not pay attention to the Super Bowl and how this and that. I want you to pay attention now. They're starting to say the quiet part out loud again. This is not the first time. And now they're going to continue to say it. I'm hearing people say there were no white people out there. For what? That's what they're saying. Just like with Kendra, it wasn't no white people out there is very DEI. What are you talking about? You welcome. I just don't understand. And I'm finna go to Kendrick in a minute.
Did you know enslaved Africans once took over the entire island of St. John and held it for 6 months? Follow Island Roots VI because these aren't just stories, they're our survival. In 1733, the Akwamu people of West Africa led one of the first major slave revolts in the Americas. Armed with stolen weapons, they
And I want to pause. That's why I said, thank you. That's why I said, when y'all was like, oh, them doing that root work was protection. That medicine your grandparents used to give your grandma, your mama, she never got sick. Unlike what they doing now. They were given medication. They were taking plants and making a medication still. Even in the 70s, they never got sick.
stormed Fortsburg and raised their own flag. For 6 months, they controlled St. John. Plantations were burned, overseers were killed, and the enslaved fought fiercely for freedom. Though the revolt was eventually crushed by French and Danish forces, it shook the entire Caribbean, proving that enslaved Africans would not accept bondage quietly. The 1733 St. John Revolt is more than history, it's a reminder. Resistance runs through our island roots. Did you know enslaved Africans?
Okay. That's why a lot of people, everybody was like, I don't understand why y'all mad at Nicki. Because Nicki Minaj don't know her goddamn history. And she out here tap dancing and trying to make it something. And she know better. She know better. She know better. That's why a lot of people saying we can't deal with them. They know better than support this man. Come on now. Let me go to his Super Bowl. And he did a great Super Bowl, by the way. It was the same goddamn message, and it was awesome. I don't. He even called out. The only part that they liked was, ooh, he called out Drake. He didn't. Yeah. Yes. They are discuss because it wasn't no white people. Where were the white people? Let me show y'all Samuel, and I want y'all. He gave the same message. Hold on. Nobody paid
You're
attention.
almost there. Don't mess this.
Oh no.
It's a cultural divide. I'm gonna get it on the floor.
You really about to do it?
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
You really about to do it?
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
They get on it like that.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm slacking.
Nobody caught what he said. He said it's a cultural divide. 40 acres in the mule. Oh, it's so no, he's telling y'all we are divided. Look at it.
Hey, ain't the one to play with. Hey. Hold on, finna.
Culture. He did. Him and I like that. Same message. Same message. He's been telling y'all. They trying to divide y'all. I want y'all to pay attention how Jay-Z did. Shout out the motherfucking Jay-Z. I don't give a darn who don't like him. Let me tell you something. The way he's putting it for you to visualize what's going on. He's telling y'all niggas. Hey, look at it. Look at it. Everybody in the same boat. Pay attention. They was like, oh, he grew up in, New York. New York, they grew up like that. When I had people, when I lived in Florida, because I raised, born before I moved to Georgia, like my first, second year before I left, I was there for 2 more years till I moved to Atlanta. And I was listening to Jessie Wu, and I agree with her because Georgia is more like a black thing, but you do have, you got your hood Latinos like Houston, you know what I'm saying? Like, but they stay far, and sometimes it's hard for us to like party, or get to know each other. And people do get to know each other because they move to a certain location. We get cool. And in Florida, everybody next door, you're invited to parties, you're having fun. Yeah, she stay in Atlanta, and I understand because I'm from Florida. I'm used to going in merengue with Trick Daddy in the background, and you got the salsa music as the back, and then you got Trick Daddy rapping over it. You know what I'm saying? Like in Trina, and you're like, oh, okay, we used to that. We're used to it, but I met some Latinas from New York. They say moving to the South and seeing Mexicans and Puerto Ricans go against each other is crazy to me because in New York, we don't do that. Like, it's blacks, Dominicans, Mexicans, all in one. And I was like, wow. He was like, yeah, just like it's Brooklyn, we all together. Like, we stand together. He was like, the first time I moved to the South, I see a divide. And I'm like, what's the point? What? Like, he got culture shock because in New York, it's not like that. It's not like that in New York. It's not like that in LA. It ain't like that. It ain't like that at all. But when it comes to, I don't know what it is, but especially Florida, Atlanta, child, we don't really, hey, what's up? What's up? The further you get, the more it's like, oh, okay, But I don't know what it is with Florida. It's just so separated. Like, until you hit Miami. Miami is totally different. It's on the part that played. I want to get where somebody did a breakdown of his stuff. And a lot of people got upset because it was a dig to Drake. But I want to say this. Yeah, it's a different planet, girl. I want to say this. Kendrick, yes, and that's the problem too. And I understand what his stance was because there were some blacks that's tap dancing with him. And now they realize that they don't matter. And they're going to have to see, just like they saying they don't matter, like we didn't matter, they're going to have to realize they didn't either. Kendrick, to me, was telling y'all that Drake was a culture vulture. For Drake, and I don't know if I did this. I think I did it a year or two ago when that lawsuit came out. Let me explain to y'all what happened. Yeah, he never liked us color folks. Okay, Drake used to go to the Atlanta producers. It was 21 producer. Metro Boomin was a big one. Everybody in Atlanta. And Metro Boomin is not from Atlanta, but Metro Boomin has so much respect in Atlanta that a lot of people went to him. Like, he made your favorite albums, Future, all of them. When Future and Drake started to fall out, I knew it had to be deeper than that. It started like a domino effect. Yeah, it's a melted pot. It started like a domino effect. And I want y'all to pay attention because I told y'all this before. I'm going to tell you this again. The whole Young Money, them three, the big three, are crumbling. And they're crumbling by themselves. Have y'all even seen Birdman standing with them with this mess? Okay. We talked about that. Now let's continue. It started with Wayne, when it started with the police brutality, and I don't believe in that. They never bothered me. Okay, cool. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. So he got arrested. He got pardoned, whatever. Now with Drake, it started with Future. Think of all y'all artists, Chris Brown, the Migos, Future, all of them, it started domino effect. When there was an email that Drake people sent to one of the biggest radio stations in Atlanta to not play Metro Boomin and Future new album that came out 2 years ago almost, Metro Boomin got pissed off because he was trying to stop his money, and he thought that they weren't finna call Metro Boomin and tell him that. Yeah, it got bad. So he worked with Kendrick. So when Kendrick said, You tried to do a culture vulture and divide and make some BS in Atlanta when Atlanta is one of the biggest black communities and brown communities thriving. You lost. He was telling y'all this nigga a culture vulture. And then he did a lawsuit on him. But why didn't you sue anybody else? He sued him not because of that. He sued him because he won that beef and he was telling the truth and people was like starting to see it. He's starting to lose. Let me tell y'all something. Just because that man daddy is black, y'all got to understand, don't mean that it's an approval that his white Karen side don't come out. Let's be for real. We've seen that multiple times. We have had this conversation. It stop, please. Oh well, his daddy black. His don't matter. Please. We just seen a black man got called a dark skinned black man while the mama sat there who was white laugh as a child was telling his daddy that he's very dark. Okay. 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 Um, let me see if I can get an explanation. This man had every child singing that song. Let me play hers.
Okay, guys. But I know y'all saw the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl performance last night, and let me tell y'all, I was in love. Like, I'm surprised that I even have a voice to even talk right now. Like, I'm so in love. And yeah, I told y'all to listen to Kendrick, and I told y'all so much is about to happen. Um, Last year, if y'all are new to my page, y'all could go and watch my videos. And if anybody know, I am very so much into educational purposes. So TikTok, this is for educational purposes. This is me finna break down Kendrick Lamar performance because so many people kept on saying like they were so it was boring, it was mid, like they should have had Lil Wayne perform. Like we already had the discussion about Lil Wayne. We're gonna leave Lil Wayne where that conversation was, but we're gonna get into the performance from the outfit, the color, the music. This man, like, he studies, you guys. Like, I'm so ready for June because you guys, I am going to be seeing him. I don't care what nobody say. I'm just seeing him in June. I don't care. More of that. I'm finna go into depth because I wasn't even gonna
Let
do
me
this in the
fast
video,
forward.
but I just got to thinking, you guys. You know the game. For those that don't know the game, I will go into a deeper detail into what I mean, but I'm not gonna start by that. What I'm gonna
I'm gonna pause. Y'all know Kendrick Lamar performance. Trump was there and Trump walked out. Trump felt like it was a dig. This is why I told y'all that girl ran over there because she wasn't. I don't know why she ran to him, but she ran to him like that was her father. That pink wig lady. We gonna talk about her too because she had. What has she? None of her people like her. None of her compadres, not her compadres, people she worked with like her. And y'all gotta understand, she ran to drop all of everything to defend y'all to run to somebody who don't like black people. And I'm so tired of hearing the narrative, oh, he's saving her. From who? You ran to the devil. No point intended.
start by is the fact that Samuel L. Jackson opened it up as Uncle Sam. That right there have two different meanings to that. The first meaning is, of course, Samuel L. Jackson being a black man. And if anybody knows Samuel L. Jackson have been into history. Like Samuel L. Jackson was into civil rights. Samuel L. Jackson kidnapped Martin Luther King in Moore's house when they were in college. Yes, you guys, Samuel L. Jackson is that old. But the fact that this man is still influencing us to this day, and the fact that he is an actor and he has been playing in numerous roles, especially if you're a Tarantino fan, you know that he has played in so many of his films, especially Django. And I'm not gonna go into that. I will break down deeper details into a deeper video because I don't want to make this video too long. But another thing is Uncle Sam. If anybody know Uncle Sam is America's symbolism, and Uncle Sam was created when it was a cause to arm. So that right symbol right there should have let y'all know. A black man playing Uncle Sam. If you know, you know. In the intro song, as it was opening up, all his dancers coming out in the red, white, and blue, you know that the red, white, and blue is American colors. It represents the flag. And if anybody heard the recent news lately, then you would also know that they have changed the American flag without Americans being notified. Americans just now finding out about it. So you know that the red, white, and blue, of course, represents America, and all of his dancers is black. And if you know that Americans was built on, yeah, I love that. Another thing was when he said, quote unquote, the revolution will be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. If anybody knows that, it comes from the revolution will not be televised. If anybody knows about the revolution was a heavily known topic during the 70s, during the Black Panther movement, especially during the Chicago's leader, Fred Hampton, who was assassinated by the FBI in the 60s, who used the quote, who was famous known for, you can kill the revolutionary, but you cannot kill the revolution. And that was basically during the fight of basically freedom, basically black people
Yeah, she
creating
not,
for their
but I'm
own.
gonna let her.
If anybody know the Black Panther movement, you
I'm
know
gonna let her
how deep
play.
it is. Like you,
Let me see if I can find somebody. But she on point with it, but she could explain it. But I think she was nervous. But but yeah, that's what it was. He was the way that, and a lot of people was like it was racist. They said Kendrick Lamar performance was racist. I, they said Kendrick Lamar was racist. Just like they said Bad Bunny was racist. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, that's how hold on, let me see if I can get a full breakdown. But like she said, she explained it with Fred happening and stuff. I don't want to hear nothing about no sacrificing nobody. We need a full breakdown of that performance. Not nobody. Okay. Hey, let me play this one.
It was so cultural. It was so black. It was so incredible. There's so much to unpack here. Let's do it. So, the first thing the performance starts off with is we're looking at this platform, looks exactly like something from Squid Games. And I was like, oh, wow. We know what Squid Games is about. Squid Games is basically about these people who are playing a game of life and death for millions of dollars. It's citizens playing against each other, pitted against each other for one person to literally win millions. So if he's not saying something about our society, I don't know what is. Then we have Samuel Jackson come out as Uncle Sam. Now, this is very significant because Uncle Sam is the personification of the United States of America. It is the government. It really is the call to action. It's like that. If you've ever seen those Uncle Sam signs, it's like, you can come join me in the army kind of thing, you know? And so it is a call to action, in my opinion, that Kendrick is calling us into action. Sam Jackson says, this is the great American game, Squid Games. We're all pitted against each other right now so that we can all have a little bit of money in our pocket while some of these billionaires just make so much money and watch us from afar. Then it goes into the song Bodies. And Bodies is literally a really specific choice, in my opinion, to cut to from talking about this is the great American game and bodies. So
What a lie. What a lie. Can I be honest with y'all for a second? Y'all saw how Texas senator had left the state of Texas to go to LA. Didn't care about the Texans. Y'all have seen where we went through a government shutdown. People needed food and medication. They didn't give a damn. What a lie. What a lie. We have saw what happened with this pandemic. Yep, Panther parties in the 60s. Where's the lie? Think about our food. Oh, we were going to recall some of our foods. Think about how they telling us, oh, you can get you a meal for $5. What a lie. Yeah, he was leaving doing weather events. Where's the lie? I want y'all to think about, me and my sister had this conversation after that snowstorm, how people ran into the store to buy food because they ran out. Where's the lie? There was no food. Where is the lie? Exactly. Exactly. They want to keep the money. I'm going to show y'all after this how one of the congresswomen just said that Black people has the most highest unemployment rate. Where is the lie? And y'all sitting here, Barbs, with this pink wig lady cackaying because y'all think she in danger, and many of y'all might be losing y'all job before spring or summer. Where's the lie?
If you really think deep about that, in my opinion, it means that there's some death in this game.
Duh.
When you play these American games, we see all these Black bodies, these Black men exit from what I think is a cutlass. I wasn't really fully sure. They're all exiting the car. You know, Kendrick's singing the lyrics to Bodies, which is mwah. And then he goes, his very last line is, I bring out the Christ. He basically is bringing out God, right? He's bringing out God in what he's doing.
Stop. When I told y'all they were playing on faith, what is this administration doing with their mess? Bingo. What is this administration doing with this mess? Oh, we praise on God. They put God in everything. Oh, I'm going to make it to heaven. God loves me. And the Christians eat it up. I keep telling them, Nicki Minaj, God is the best rapper. Listen. I keep telling y'all, Nigeria, we're gonna save the Christians. Child, they finna make genocide work. Y'all be sitting here soaking that junk up. And it's not the fact they're using God on y'all to get what they want. We gonna put God in this. But you go to the Holy Land, and how many people are dying? On the Jesus day of celebration. Them folks ain't celebrated Christmas in how long? Come on, man. Come on now. I keep telling y'all, oh, let's beat the Christianity into them and make them turn to God and go our way, because we're not doing nothing. Oh, we're gonna go with Turning Point Love's halftime. We're gonna be on here for a minute because I got some things I want to say. And I made a statement when Kim Burrell said we have to forgive our brothers, R. Kelly and Diddy, for the abuse. Y'all know how much that is such a Christian capitalist answer to me. And people did some pushback on me with that, because we all know what's going on in the churches a lot, right? And it's not every church. But y'all see how they use that And they have a man calling himself Kid Rock that look old and like a sun-dried raisin. Sit here and say he like young girls. And he like them younger, young girls and want to get with young girls. Everything them folks doing is not of God. Now they got Nikki and her husband who can't go to the playground or schools walking and praising them. That's of God. God ain't say for you to sit here and touch on children. He say children is his babies. God didn't say for you to deport people. God didn't say unalive people either. So they're taking bits and pieces of this Bible and then using it as a weapon. And as they're doing that, people are what? She not lying. That's exactly what he was telling y'all.
Then Kendrick says the revolution will be televised, which was really interesting to me. Jill Scott Heron said the revolution will not be televised, but Kendrick said it will be, which it makes sense, honestly, because right now this performance is a revolutionary act. It is.
Yeah, I feel like it will not be televised because you're going to see a lot of people and ain't nobody going to hold no phones to do what they have to do. But then it might be some coverage on it because everybody going to be busy doing a revolution. Like, yeah.
Is the most political. It is very Black. It is very entrenched in Black culture, in Black empowerment, in Black necessity. So I was like, oh, okay, yes, the revolution will be televised because we're seeing it televised right now. Also, I think it will be televised because social media and how everything and information is sent out so quickly. I mean, we're seeing in real time some of these revolutionary acts happening. Hence, what happened in Cincinnati and how they burnt the Schnazis or Schmatzis, however people say it, flag, and how they, were able to get them out, and all these other revolutionary acts that we do see in real time all over social media. Other thing he says is you pick the right time, but you pick the wrong guy. And I thought that meant two things, right? It can obviously mean you pick the wrong president.
Yep.
You pick Donald Trump. And that definitely is one thing I think he meant. But I also think he means you pick the wrong guy to mess with him. He's not someone to mess with. And as we see throughout this whole performance and how this one diss track or these two diss tracks that he did has been explosive. Then he goes into the revolution, right? Somebody better squabble up. We go from him setting up what this is, the American game, the Great American Game. It's Squid Games. People are being played. We're pitted against each other. We are.
Oh, at all. At all. At all. Oh, they support that. I was listening to how people say, I can't believe what they did. What made... I'm going to hold it. But I want to know, I'm just going to say this part. What make y'all think when we all hear Black history, what they did to our ancestors? What make y'all think they wouldn't do that to them? They're cannibals. Hello? Cannibals. Okay? That is who... Listen, y'all got a lot to not be surprised about. I need y'all to get out. Y'all be on the internet, look it up. Go read a book. I'm serious, and look up this stuff. Hello? And why y'all think people start talking about Mr. Turner and what they did to him? Why y'all think they were talking about the one president I showed y'all that all they had of that man property is his teeth? What make y'all think that these folks are not animals? Look at... Hello? Hello? I mean, it's in the book. It's in the... That's why they took history out of school. Now I'm starting to see why he decided to take the Black history out of school. Because when that stuff was starting to come out, it was going to make sense, wasn't it?
Gonna see some body.
Oh, and you want to talk about rituals? And Miss Pink Wig want to sit here and talk about rituals? She's sitting with the. You know what? Let's continue.
Drop, unfortunately, because people are playing this game in real time and they're playing it in such a dirty way, and that there is a revolution happening in real time as well. And so, what is he saying? Somebody squabble up. And we see these people squabble up. And I was like, this is so brilliant, y'all. This is brilliant the way he has laid this out. We're seeing our country go through a freaking coup right now. He's literally like, somebody better squabble up. And we go into the song, and he, when I hear music, it makes me dance. You got the music, now's your chance. Like, I'm like, yo, that is like the best way to say these words, his music, and his influence is our chance to feel empowered. Pipe down young, these some whole other politics. Like, I think that's really indicative, because even my generation, we have not experienced anything like this, right? Experience anything.
We ain't experienced nothing like this since Michael Jackson was telling us without telling us, and we were dancing. We didn't even pay attention to what it was. Now that we grown, they don't care about us. Is very, very, very telling. Michael ain't missed with that. He ain't. If he was here today, he would be telling y'all, yeah, I told you guys. Hold on, wait. I got to do it right. Yeah, I told you guys. What do you want me to say? They don't. Look at what they're doing. Look at Africa. Yeah. Yeah. That now we might get a high-pitched loud voice out of Mike. He might have, and listening to Janet talk about Harris, and I don't know, he would have said, girl, please listen. Listen, Mike been telling us, if you want to go further down, a lot of artists been telling us. NWA, is it NWA? Yeah. Wu-Tang. All of them have been telling us. A lot of them has been saying it without saying it. A lot of them. We just never. Tupac been telling us. Tupac been saying it for years before he passed. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And people ain't been paying attention. It's been a thing, but now people are paying attention.
Like what the country is trying to do right now. And so to see that and understand that, I think it's important to understand that this is whole other politics. This is something different. This is not 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago. This is freaking trying to go back to Jim Crow, right? And he goes and says squabble up about 8 times with an echo. So it's almost like 16 times you're hearing squabble up. And I really think that that's just kind of like a reminder. Then Uncle Sam comes back and he's like, oh, you're too loud, you're too ghetto, you're too reckless. He asks him, don't you know how to play this game? And then he tells him to tighten it up.
You can't, and that's why I was saying, like, I send my kudos to LA with and even Chicago, with their members. They have ANG members and how they're fighting back. You can't play the game as doing this to each other. You're doing a service. That's what he meant. When you play this game, you gotta play it right. You can't do that. You're helping them. All of this unaliving, you're helping them, right? No, you don't help them. Don't play it. All this, I want to shop at here and there still. No, you don't. You take their bread and butter. You don't shop there. You don't unalive each other. And if you get, just like with this gorilla situation, I'm finna be honest, she a puppet too to me, because instead of me coming at my sister, I would have did it myself, and me and my sister would have made it better for the family and help others. This is why a lot of people say, pay attention to how these rich black people own businesses and open doors for black businesses and people to work for them, and how they don't want to fund them. You can't play the game like, oh, I'm a hire outside. No, you're playing it wrong. They don't care that y'all unalive each other. They don't care that y'all be anti-black. What they do care about is you being educated, informed, and rich, because they know the black community can survive together. That's what they care about. They didn't care. Why y'all think these weak geek folks are mad at Bad Bunny and Kendrick Lamar the most? They don't want y'all to know the truth. If you know the truth, you're going to understand how to play this game. They don't want y'all to know that. They don't want y'all to know. They don't want y'all to know. They love for y'all to fight against each other. They love to keep it divided. They don't want y'all to know the truth. Let's take our history. They know about that. We're in trouble. He is targeting nursing degrees, doctors. Have y'all seen how many I'm going to say it again. Y'all notice how many black doctors are now working as doctors? There was a crowd, it was a big thing last year. All of them black people became doctors, surgeons, OBGYNs, pediatricians. Yeah. Oh, wait, that's trouble. So now you know what he's saying? That's not deemed nursing degrees, bachelors. Oh, that's not deemed as a profession. Excuse me? Guess how many, if you see a lot of black lawyers, he gonna say that's not a profession. They don't care that you aren't educated. They love you. Like he said, he loves the uneducated and the educated hate him. Hello, it's telling you in your face. Like, hello. He said it, I didn't. He'd like for y'all to be slow. You're doing a service. You're not playing the game that I can easily railroad you. Yeah. Let's have fun with that, but they don't know. They're stupid. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And that's that whole politically correct, like, this is how you need to be as a black man. You need to be this certain way in order for you to play this great American game properly, right? That's what he's saying. And Kendrick's like, no. Kendrick goes and makes black men into the American freaking flag. Like, do you know how significant that is?
Yeah.
Black bodies as the American flag. Like, makes the American flag with their freaking bodies. And there's a division in the flag. The flag is cut in half. Like, it's divided. The country is divided. Black men are divided. You know, I mean, look, there was 20% of them that voted for Trump. So I don't even want to get into that. But there's a division, and it's very, very significant and strong. And I was like, oh my God. And even just the thought about it, like, when we came, they built it into the America capitalist nation off the backs of slaves, right? And other countries did too. So that making the black men kind of form the American flag was beautiful. It was amazing. Then he goes into humble. The guys are like nodding to what he's saying. There's black, fist, black power. It was very militant, and they felt very much like soldiers to me. And then they like march forward, and then all of a sudden you hear this brrr, like kind of like machine guns, and they scatter and they run. And it's the use of humble in those lyrics while we're watching these like soldiers, these beautiful black soldiers march down. And then he goes into DNA, and DNA, he talks about how he's got, as a black man, he's got loyalty, he's got royalty inside his DNA. And he's talking about how—
Ain't gonna lie, that's one of my favorite songs. I felt, y'all gotta listen to it. The way he does it, and he's rapping like it's a battle, and then how he get angry, like he just have his angry man, black person moment, and bodies that their song. That's one of my favorites. One of my favorites. I like Humble, but that one, I love that song.
Oh, like he's Jesus's weapon, like Yahshua's new weapon. And it is just, let me go into Euphoria, which is like his other diss song for Drake. I think it was the first one. Ultimately, what that song is him talking about how Drake misused his fame. He used his music to pacify and to kind of manipulate. We're pacified. It's like a little pacifier. Drake's music's like a pacifier in the mouth, you know? It's like, so we don't have to talk or ask for more or like be vocal about anything, right? We're sucking on a pacifier with Drake's music is what he's saying. Then we go into Man at the Garden. Reminds me of Nas's One Mic. The rhythm of his rhyme is One Mic. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yes. It's these guys on a step, right? It's like the guys on the corner and they're kind of doing, it's like a doo-wop version of Man at the Garden. And they're like smiling and they got like grills and they're just kind of they're so cute because they're just like big, smiley, happy men on the corner. How he's saying, I deserve it all. Like, this is him saying that Black men deserve it all, right? Black men deserve it all. And I thought it was interesting. He changed the lyric from shameless me to dangerous me. Do you want the shameless me or the famous me? That's what it is. Versus what he said. Do you want the dangerous me or the famous me? I was like, Let's talk about Kendrick Lamar's performance at the Super Bowl. I mean, it was
so
incredible.
that's just a bit of that. Let me go to my threads. So the orange man with the diaper. This is what this fool had to say. Now, remind you, he's supposed to be watching. I don't understand why he's sitting here watching something that ain't got nothing to do with him. Always in somebody's business, want to be in somebody got their business, and his folks always want to be in the business. And I don't understand why, out of all things, are you sitting here watching this? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not understanding the fact of you sitting your tail here. He supposed to be watching TP. Huh? That now you sitting over here in our business wondering what we doing and how great it is, and you got a problem. Lord have mercy. So this man say the Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible and one of the worst. And that's why I kept saying, oh, it's worse. It's worse. I wasn't saying worse as their performance. I want to make that clear. I was saying worse because I was getting ready to gear up to him. He thinks it's worse. And he ain't the only person. Oh, we finna talk about it. I want to gear up to what y'all orange man y'all voted for. Think of this. Look at this crap. It makes no sense. It's an effort to the greatness of America. What greatness? What greatness? What greatness? Y'all took country. Y'all trying to redo that. That's not going nowhere. Because the history of country has coming out thanks to Beyonce. Y'all took rock and roll. Y'all took house music. Y'all took all of that. What do you mean? What in bluegrass? Yeah. Anywho, it doesn't represent our standards of success, creativity, of excellence. He's saying the loud part out loud. We're not successful or excellent enough for America in his eyes, but they are. Nobody understand the word this guy's saying. So what? And the dancing is disgusting, especially for young children that are watching from throughout the U.S. We gonna get into disgusting in a minute, sir. and all over the world. This show is just a slap in the face to our country, which is setting new standards and breaking records every day, including the best stock market. That is a lie. We do not have the best stock market in 401k history. Stock markets had already said we are close to being broke. But I mean, if you want to live in the life of your delusions, I mean, maybe that's a sign of Alzheimer's. But that's not my business. There's nothing inspirational about this mess of a halftime show and watch. It would get great reviews for the fake news media. Well, thank you. Hi, I guess I'm your fake news media. F you. F you, okay? Because they haven't have a clue of what's going on in the real world. Bodies at the bodies at the bodies at the bodies we have seen. Okay. You locking people up, lying to us about what we saw on a camera, lying and trying to make this man lying to make one of your ICE agents with a black man's skin that was a meme that he took, that he was in the hospital. What are you talking about? Lying about where our money is going, lying about the pushback. What all? I mean, we got a list of lies. I got the receipts. There's a list of lies. You lie more than a deadbeat parent. They're supposed to get their child on the weekend. I'm not understanding. You lie so much. It's a lie after lie. You lie. You just be lying. You like one of the people. It say $2.99. Hey, I see that the tag say $2.99. No, it don't. It say $5. What the fuck, nigga? You a liar, man. Sir, Orange, you're a liar. You've been lying. You're a liar. Everything that come out your mouth is a lie. But anyway. And by the way, the NFL should immediately replace this ridiculous new kickoff rule. Make America great again. What you mean by great? You mean no black folks great. Oh, okay. No, nobody. Oh, okay. Okay. So as we were getting, the views was going, everybody was ready for the halftime. The game wasn't that great, but it was a great reviews. Child, due to license restrictions, I thought y'all had a Musk man that was over it that'll let y'all stream anything. We are able to stream the All-American halftime show on X. I want to give y'all a kick of their All-American, what they mean by All-American. I want y'all to get a kick of their All-American. Mm-hmm. 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 Well, answer my pants. I want to give you a kick of All-American. Oh, they woke up mad this morning. So I want y'all to know, y'all gonna see a lot of people make up lies and subjectives, but here's the real tea. Okay? He has, and you got Kid Rock, child, we finna get into him. So I went, they were so mad. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all what I said because I know y'all seen that. Illegal aliens and Latin hookers twerking at the Super Bowl. Not a single, they're saying aloud, I keep saying, they saying the same thing. Not a single white person or English translation at the Super Bowl. This isn't white enough for me. I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna leave that right there. It's not, for Jigsaw Face, it's not white enough for her. You can't even watch a Super Bowl anymore because immigration have literally ruined everything. How? Puerto Rico is the U.S. Y'all couldn't do like y'all did Miss Leilani, may she rest in power, who was over Hawaii, and y'all stole Hawaii and made her sign a treaty and kept that lady locked up for days. Y'all can't, you can't do what your great-granddaddy did. You can't do it, Lauren. Don't move my face, Loomer. You couldn't do it. Girl. What you gonna take next? Try the U.S. Virgin Islands? This is interesting. So I said, and I tagged her, I say, and your face still don't move. It's stuck. It don't move. It doesn't do anything. She can't smile. She can't do anything. Here is Kid Rock performance. This the jump. Let me show y'all this. So this, we're gonna get it to turning point. This was a hot damn mess. Listen to this.
Spread the word like the bonfire, they call the girls. King and the kid and the Marlboro man. Jackie Chan with a few good men. We can learn how to kiss and cuss and bite too. Better watch out for the boys in blue.
To the man in dreads, to rapping. You don't like the black culture, but your culture vulture asses is over there doing hip hop and rock and roll. I'm going to say this to y'all, and this is just being honest. Stop inviting every motherfucking body to the picnic, because they taking notes. Some you got to just say, hey, not today. When I told y'all, oh, I don't watch Sinners, it's not a... No, you need to... This is exactly what Sinners was talking about. We are in Sinners for real. Look at this.
Now the spontaneity, he said, she said, ain't funny how rumors spread like I know something y'all.
You don't like black people. They're being depicted as animals. But you're using black music, so you're stealing. You're stealing. Right? But I'm not surprised with the stealing. I'm not surprised with the Edo behavior. I'm not surprised with the eating. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. No, I'm not. That's what you do. Girl, mayonnaise, child, a mess. I'm not surprised. To the geek folks who are saying, I don't even like this duck. We talk about the culture vultures over here. They want to make their own lane of the same stuff. Can't even dance on rhythm. I'm not surprised. I mean, then you got Jelly Roll talk about a fish. Ain't the child? Let me see if I can find it. Oh no, man. Look at this right here. Yeah. Let me go to my repost. Because I reposted something. I want to read y'all Kid Rock's lyrics in a minute. And a lot of people liked it to halftime. And they said, shout out. Like, shout out for the Haitian flag. I agree. Shout out to the Haitian flag. Hold on. Let me find Kid Rock lyrics. He out here looking like a sun-dried damn tomato. Young ladies, I like them underage. See, some say that statutory, but I say it's mandatory. Erica, you need to go. You need to go home with your kids at this point. You let anybody. No, go be with your children. Cause at this point, girl, you let a man who say he like them underage. He's not the first one. Perform on your stage. You what? Don Lemon ain't lied, and I'm gonna play what Don Lemon had to say. Matter of fact, let me go to his page. Somebody listen. The white folks are sick of them. They say, girl, at this point, they say, sir, you need to, they say, ma'am, you need to go be with your kids. Girl, go home to your kids. I say, oh. Oh my God. Man, y'all is hell. They say she need to go be home. They say, do us a favor. Go be with your kids. Let me see. No, he talked about Kid Rock. He annihilated. Hold on. Did he take it down? I hope he didn't. I gotta find it because he said it, and I said, "What?" He say, "Girl." Oh, here it is. Child, y'all think I'm lying? He said that. It's in his song.
Pedo alert. If you are watching the Turning Point USA alternative halftime show, pedo-y, not mandatory. Pedo-y. Who knew that the kid in Kid Rock meant likes to diddle kids? And Erica Kirk, don't you have little kids? Isn't this supposed to be like a Christian organization? Why are you allowing someone to be the headliner at an event that you're giving when they are touting having sex with underage people? Hypocrisy much? Pedo alert. If you are watching the Turning Point USA
Let's get into it. Let's get into this Turning Point BS. And KK Caroline is smiling and laughing like, yeah. It's a little, I'm not surprised, but y'all not concerned.
At the Mar-a-Lago Super Bowl party, after the first two quarters, are the TVs going to be on the halftime show with Bad Bunny or the halftime show with Kid Rock?
I think the president would much prefer a Kid Rock performance over Bad Bunny. I must say that.
But he was watching Bad Bunny. Let's be for real. Yeah, let's be for real. And then we're gonna get into Nikki in a minute because she can just shut the hell up. Like, she can really shut up. She can shut up in my eyes.
Their halftime show is already a flop. They can't even get it to work over on Twitter. They didn't think to figure out the licensing before they tried to stream their halftime show. For those of you who don't know, the context to this is that Kid Rock and Turning Point USA decided to have their very own halftime show, the All-American halftime show, because they were upset that Bad Bunny, who, by the way, is American, was performing at the halftime show at the Super Bowl. And not only are they not able to stream it on X, but other folks are reporting that it is not working on YouTube for Samsung. Calling it an all-American halftime show when the person who is performing at the actual halftime show is literally all-American is so insane. But you see, this is what happens. This is what happens when you do too much. Their halftime show is on.
Child, y'all, that ain't another one that's for the Jelly Roll talking about his fish. Where is his performance? No. Hold on, y'all. He was singing about a damn fish. I promise y'all. Is it this? No, that's AI. I'm gonna find. They doing all this AI mess. He said he'd rather be home with his fish. I don't know, but anyway, instead of her sitting her tail up here trying to be funny, somebody say, "Girl, take your own advice and go home to your kids." And I agree. From what and Candace is cooking you, girl, and I'm with her. Because she said allegedly, I don't know. I'm just saying it was allegedly said that man took you out his will. I didn't say it. I don't know where that came from. Maybe you need to go check the car from in the house. But are you trying to be funny? And it was all white performers, y'all. There was nobody black. Ooh. Oh, we got some tea, huh? It was nobody black. And one of y'all black Congress people that so like Trump so much wasn't even a governor. He wasn't, the black governors wasn't invited to the governor's dinner. Yeah, let's talk about that. And they saying the loud part out loud, y'all. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then we're gonna get into some of these housewives. Mm-hmm. They had so much to say, inmates and all of them. And we're gonna talk about Chris Brown. Yeah, we're gonna be on here. Maryland governor say he thinks Trump excluded him from the. Of course he did. None of the black governors got invited.
Want to understand what you think the reason is that you are being singled out, and Jared Polis, but from your perspective, why are you being excluded from this dinner?
Well, I've long learned that I'm not trying to get inside of the president's psyche. It's not a good use of my time. It's not lost to me that I'm the only black governor in this country, and I find that to be particularly painful, considering the fact that the president is trying to exclude me from an organization that not only are my peers have asked me to help to lead, but then also a place where I know I belong in. And so I've long learned, and I've talked to the people and the children of my state, is that I'm never in a room because of someone's benevolence nor kindness. I'm not in a room because of a social experiment. I'm in the room because I belong there, and the room was incomplete until I got there.
You're saying that he's excluding you because of the color of your skin?
Well, I don't know. I can't speak to the president's intent.
Yes.
It's not lost to me.
Yes. In other words, he not lying. Yes. Pretty much. Yes. I mean, hello. Yes. Will you thank the president? Yes. Yes. The loud part is being said out loud. Yes. Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Yes. What you want him to say? No, I don't. No, he telling the truth. He just trying to be nice. I'll say it for him. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, 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 he is. Don't say nothing. I got you. Yes. The hell?
I can't speak to the president's intent.
I just want to understand what you think the reason is that you are being singled out, and Jared Polis, but from your perspective, why are you being?
Because he's not his puppet, girl. What? Hello? Let's be for real. So let me go to. Oh, he dubbing back on him. Oh, Chris Brown said he think it's safe that they need him. No, Chris, you all right. You ain't said a damn thing lately. And people finna start, you better start speaking or forever hold your peace. But anyway, I'm just being honest because ain't nobody with it. So Jocelyn said she loved Bad Bunny. But they should have brought her out. Jocelyn, we don't need Jocelyn petty. Jocelyn like, hell shit. Y'all brought him out. They already mad. So let's show a little ass. They already talk about gyrating. That's all right. I could have made it more gyrate. Let's make them throw up their lunch tomorrow. Jocelyn, we do not want to see boobies and butt. You would have to be clean, Jocelyn. You would have to have on clothes. And your girls got to have on clothes. Okay? Okay? You can't come out there doing a split twerk and popping on a handstand. Okay? Now, I'm going to be honest. Because of her attitude and her stature, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. They would have hated her more, as well as they hate him, because of what she does. But what they forget is her mouthpiece. That mouthpiece. Yeah. J. Cole is doing his thing. They tell me, so why J. Cole went out? He just dropped the album. J. Cole is getting ready for because he even said it. He's saying we getting ready for their music festival they have in North Carolina. So he got to find a spot in Raleigh for this. So he's busy doing that because he was telling the girl I seen him. He was like, "Yeah, we gonna have. We just got to find a spot in Raleigh to do it. You know, the field and stuff. Get everybody out there. Get the vendors together." So he like being a part of that. Hopefully he will.
To all of the people that have gone before. To me, it looks like the NFL is getting worse each year in their performance. That's for me as a performer. Thinking of a performance, if I had a budget to do a Super Bowl, you could do a greater show. I just think of that, like you said.
Y'all niggas get money, and y'all really think that y'all exempt because y'all some niggas that got money. And I keep telling y'all niggas that got money, y'all are not exempt because they want you to be poor. What don't y'all understand? Wait, what is this? Do I gotta get a stripper to tell you this? To shake her butt while it's being informed? You are not exempt for none of they BS. Chris Brown could have been got there and had a conversation with Jay-Z when he put him in God Did, because he already said he is a millionaire. He wanted him to do it before we got to this point. He didn't want to do it. He just have to wait till next year. Whenever the climate die down, he can do it. He just have to wait. Now, if he want to bring out some Africans and turn their head upside down, we don't need, they're not the Asian girls that he like to bring. There's no shade, they good dancers. But if you want to make a statement to bring your black girls or bring diversity out with that Nigerians, then we cool. You can have a whole Nigerian party. They don't like them anyway. Hello? Bring some Haitians out. Bring some people out. Yeah, you're right too. Of course. All black artists. Stand for something, Nick. But y'all trying to, y'all ain't understanding what's really going on because y'all sitting somewhere because y'all got money. That man don't give a damn about your money. Hello? He don't care. He feel like he better than y'all. Y'all better wake the fuck up. Stop being no. Wake up. Hello? You're successful. Yes, we hate you. That's how they feel. They said it out loud. Even if Chris Brown performed, Mace, they're still saying the part out loud. It's not white enough. What don't y'all understand? Y'all always like to have these day pieces. Well, it's not white enough. They don't care. It's not white enough. They want it white enough. Hello? And y'all like, oh, Chris Brown like ambiguous. Even if he had his Asian dancers, you know, he loved Asian girls and his black girls, you know, he got a preference. They're still going to say, what? It's not white enough. So regardless how good the performance is, y'all is missing a part. We're in unity. That would have been cool. But to them, it's not. It's too rough of feathers. Will Chris ruffle feathers? Absolutely. And guess what they gonna say about Chris? And we'll be like, man, that was good. But guess what they'll say? Oh, that's not white enough. Just the same with Usher. It wasn't white enough. y'all missing y'all. I need y'all ninjas over there with your cash to think bigger. Like, for real, think about it. It's not white enough. They don't want anybody that's gonna include inclusion. You're missing it. Yeah, he would be great, but Chris, you're missing that. They're telling y'all, even if you did it, baby, you're not white enough. You can do you a nice MJ. They don't give a darn. It ain't white. Ain't no white dancers. They're telling it out loud. I don't know why we're bringing Chris. Chris, relax. You done did tours. First of all, you need to be chilling anyway. You've been working really, really hard, and I understand you like to work hard. You do. You listen. We are in our late 30s. Relax. Sit back. Enjoy. Stick up with a cocktail. Relax in the bed. Smoke your little whatever you smoke. You know what I'm saying? Catch up on some stuff. You gotta relax, honey. Get your body together. We know you finna get ready for a new album and stuff. Get your body together. Get yourself perked up. Get yourself together. You know, talk to her. Maybe he can let you do something next year, you know, and get yourself together, you know. Like, relax. Give your body some rest. Because, yeah, you still feel like you in your 20s, like you first started. But I remember you saying, damn, I got a lot of songs, and you was out of breath. Hello. We got pain in certain places now. No matter how fit we is, we gotta sit down. You gotta sit down sometimes. We gotta, goddamn, that's that. And then you got kids, and you got a girl that's about to be a teenager. I know she taking you to shopping. You gotta go shop with her all the time, boy. If you don't relax and chill, child.
I had the privilege of seeing Purple Rain. I had the privilege of seeing Michael Jackson, and I'm just a person for excellence. So,
Mace, they weren't. You missed it with Michael Jackson. You missed it with Prince. You're missing the plot. You missing the plot. You did not see all them black and brown people there for a reason. This is a statement to the political party. What are you not getting? Cameron, tell him what he not getting. Cameron gets it. Okay? He gets it. What you not getting? I'm not.
I think Chris Brown is way overdue. I don't know how everybody feel about Chris Brown personally, but Chris Brown is way overdue. So when I look at the Super Bowl.
All right, let's go to the comments. Somebody said, obviously, Chris Brown is more capable of killing a halftime show, but Bunny did his thing too. I do not get why we're always trying to compare artists to another. I mean, that's cool. That's your opinion and you're entitled to it. I just think it's kind of lame. Shout out to Bad Bunny. As a performing musician, you should be objective to your opinion, like you should have known enough to know that it wasn't for the demographic, but it still be able to appreciate the people that it was for. And those people did a great show. You can't satisfy nobody. This last year, y'all said Kendrick was boring. They sure did. Now look at this. I said y'all ninjas not understanding. Y'all just did this with Kendrick. Worse each year. Kdot gave us the best halftime last year. Usher killed it. Yes. Rihanna did a great show. And everybody called it lame. Sure did. Bad Bunny and people need to stop. Bad Bunny and Kendrick are sending the same message in different languages. Reminded that we can't always view the world through tunnel vision. I'm going to leave that there. Absolutely. We cannot view the world as tunnel vision. And all this kumbaya bull crap is no. Hold on, it was one I wanted to show y'all. And a lot of people felt like he was being a hater. And I want to go to the comments. What are the comments? Don't tell me they had to shut the comments off. Child, what did they say? Child, here we. Oh no, that's Ted Swims. Teddy. Coco killed it. They finna have a problem with Coco. Coco was singing the Black National Anthem. Tuh. Oh my God. I don't even hear nobody broadcast the national anthem. Oh, okay. And shout out to the Seahawks, they won. And Cardi B broke up with that man. Cardi, hell. Let me go to Housewives. Let's get into the Housewife deed. So let's go to Mr. Housewives. So the sad part, people are following and taking a stance, and there were some things that were said out loud. What? Why? Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Let me go see. You know why he probably deleted it? And a lot of people thought that that what you call it was there, Beyonce was there. I'm gonna tell you why he deleted it. He had racist remarks under his Instagram post. And there's a post where somebody was wishing that they would have pewed him at the halftime. So with all these niggas talking about I could have been better, you want to be told that they have racist remarks? Because we're gonna get into the racist remarks. So Chris Brown, you want racist remarks? Because you don't say shit. You want racist remarks? You can't smack them. Now wait a minute now. I don't know. On my side, but you want racist remarks? Because that's what I want you to understand. That I'm gonna show you how racist they was. Have a seat. Breezy fans, sit down, get your screen record. We finna talk. So last night there was some racist remarks for certain housewives. They're supposed to be a reboot of the Real Housewives of New York. I want to show you what Chris Brown would experience like everybody else. Jill Shade's Bethany suggests she was asked to join, and she thinks she's Beyonce. She's doing that. Let's go to it. Taylor Armstrong displays racism after complaining about Bad Bunny performing in Spanish at the Super Bowl. Chris Brown, I know you probably here. Come have a seat. Let's tell you something. You got folks that stand behind you, but this man just deleted it because of racist remarks. They wanted to unalive. They wanted him to get unalived at the halftime show. That's how bad this was. And I just seen it. I'm saying I ain't gonna share it, but I seen it. So when you're entertained, were you entertained? I'm embarrassed for the NFL and Apple for the Super Bowl halftime show. Totally in Spanish with a Cuban flag. Jill, whatever the hell your name is, Taylor. Oh, it was a Puerto Rican flag. And it wasn't just Puerto Ricans. But whatever, girl. Yeah. Fans dragged Jill for racist halftime show comment. There were no white people. Y'all still want him to perform? Because they're saying it out loud. You didn't have enough white people. And y'all know Chris Brown like to cuss folks out. Then they'll sit here and say he's being victim. Sometimes, let me say this, and I'm a Chris Brown fan, but I'm going to be really, really factual. Sometimes you got to let somebody else have that moment because it might not be for you. Chris Brown has been beaten down for years, and I don't think him doing a Super Bowl with these racist remarks would even help, because sometimes it might be a protection for him to not to do no Super Bowl, because we all know he was spazzed out. And then they'll say he playing victim. Not saying he not built for this, but he has been taking a lot of beat downs in the past. Sometimes it's best for you to sit out on things and not be a part of it. There are concerts I wanted to go to, but I had to sit out. Did I want to? No. But sometimes it's best, because I would have been a broke bitch. And that's just being honest. Sometimes it's best not to buy no new shoes. Sometimes it's best to wait till it was perfect time. Sometimes your timing is different than everybody else's. This man was told that he should have been unalived at a halftime show and have these people in uproar. And we all know Christopher Maurice Brown and how he rolled. Sometimes it's best to just relax. Wait. It might not be the perfect time. But then again, like I said, he will still get told racist stuff. Usher, they complained about Usher too. They called Usher gay. A black gay man. That's what they said. Black gay man on the stage. Yeah, they did a lot of racist stuff. Let's continue. Sometimes you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what this heifer had to say.
So we all agree.
I love
now
Bad
we all
Bunny. I
agree.
think it's
I agree.
terrific,
I said
but-
it before that it was the worst halftime show ever, and it's 200.
And Mace, you starting to sound like I'm finna question you, because a man of your stature, you starting like you with these folks that don't even like you. I'm starting to question you, brother, and I don't like it.
150 years that we're celebrating right now in the United States, and I just don't think it was appropriate to have it in Spanish. And quite frankly, I didn't need to see him grabbing his, G area. I think it was totally inappropriate. You've got all these young kids watching the Super Bowl, and he doesn't have to be grabbing himself every 5 seconds. Is he so insecure? Seriously, I didn't understand it. I don't speak Spanish. I would have liked to have known the words he was saying. To me, it looked like a political statement because there were literally no white people in the entire thing. I think it was a political statement, and I'm not taking a side one way or the other. I just do. I think it was an ICE thing. And I just think that the NFL sold out, and it's very sad because this was 75 years, and, shame. So we all agree. Now we all agree. I agree. I said it before that it was the worst halftime show ever. And it's 250 years that we're celebrating right now in the United States. And Lady Gaga got a facelift. I didn't recognize her. I literally had to Google her face to see who it was because we all couldn't agree who it was. So that was kind of fun in the middle of halftime. At least it gave me something to do because it was so hard to watch. And Lady Gaga got a facelift. I didn't recognize her. I literally had to Google her face to see who it was because we all couldn't agree who it was. So that was kind of fun in the middle of halftime. At least it gave me something to do.
And this is why I don't be supporting her new flop show on E. Wait, I'm sorry. They be killing me with you with the white. I miss them together.
Get them banned. Get them banned. We don't do that here. Oh, now I'm pissed. Find out who that is, get them banned. We don't do that. I ain't the one, baby. I take...
Is what she deserves. Jill Zaran getting absolutely dragged on IG right now.
Last time I checked, we're in the United States. And in the United States, we clearly speak English.
Mm-hmm.
That language I don't understand, and therefore it makes me angry. Last time I checked, we're in the United States.
First of all these folks talking about they don't understand Spanish. It was worse. Y'all be going to eat tacos and margaritas and go to Cancun and Puerto Rico and all that. Please. What y'all gonna go to Barbados and say, I don't understand? Please. That is so ignorant. That is so tired. How y'all gonna go to other people's countries then come back, you don't eat their food, they treat you with nice hospitalities, and come back and talk shit? How you do that? That's like you going to somebody's goddamn house. Oh, I don't like the decor here. Well, you can go home, bitch, okay? I know you lying. No decorum. None. Just ignorant. Somebody said she been... Jill Saran being unrecognizable, talking ish about Lady Gaga face, the effing nerve. You don't even get me started on the BS she said. I've been over this woman since the day of Real Housewives of New York City. You effing idiot. Literally F their show. I hope it flops so bad and canceled after season 1. We won't be supporting. Jill Zaran, there was something in English in the halftime performance. Did you understand this?
Taken out a restraining order against you. You are not allowed within 500 feet of the production.
But how am I supposed to do the show if I can't be within 500 feet of
You're not on the show. You're never going to be on the show again. Taken out a restraining order against you. You are not.
It's one of the main reasons I haven't missed majority of the old Real Housewives of New York City cast. Now, they were supposed to be coming back. She might not come back. I believe it was another one that I think she was the one that Portia unfollowed. I'm starting to see why Portia unfollowed her. First of all, Portia's grandfather, Hosea, has Hosea Feed the Hungry. Portia family is a staple for Atlanta with Black, excellence and doing for the community. Of course, she's not going to align with her. anybody else. That's bad business to the family. She literally the epitome of an old bigot granny. Damn. Okay, Cam. It doesn't matter how many facelifts she gets, she will always be the ugly on the inside. Honestly, F. Jill and Andy and Bethany were right about her the whole time. She's just a desperate social climber. Letting Jill have it on Instagram because I got time today. And this is why I won't be watching that old lady Karen show on E. F her, F Ramona, F the show. What's hilarious is that their show on E is going to flop so badly without streaming before you can come for me, and she'll be jobless again. Well, Jill, you put your foot in your mouth. Uh-oh. Housewives slam Taylor Armstrong and Jill falling. Oh, what? Not Tamara, my opinion, has unfollowed her and said, let's look. I'm curious. All right. If only Taylor and Jill had this much energy for the man they voted in office, the same one referenced 3,800 times in the Epstein files, Chanel said I had to unfollow. Disgusting. Jill Herring, review of Bad Bunny, she said, what the actual F? Oh, F. And then Crystal said, idiots. She said, I'm posting this because I know Jill hates it. Yeah.
So we all agree.
Child. Let me go to her page. I gotta be nosy. Hold on. Let me see. I want to be nosy. Let's see. She ain't on here, y'all. Let me go to the comments. She turned her comments off, y'all. She turned her look. She turned them off.
Hey guys, thank you so much for all the.
Oh, shut up. Somebody, she turned this one off. She said, tough lesson for Jill to learn. Once you full maggot, the phone gets very quiet. Trump support, I never knew I'm watching for sure. My God. I didn't know this was Jill till she started speaking. A whole new face. Ooh. They posted Bad Bunny. Turn the comments off all you want. We know the truth, and so does E. But Bethany said she was asked to be on this show. She made a TikTok about it. You're a racist. But Bethany called her a lot of things. Ooh, let's go to Taylor. Taylor Armstrong. Yeah. They eating her up, child. Yeah. Let's see. She turned her comments off. What she say? Oh, she still got it up there. Okay. I love the poorly educated.
Be a billionaire. They rerun that shit all the time. It's like people are like, oh, season.
She sound drunk as heck. Now I know why you karma for no longer a fan. I expected this hard behavior for Kelly Dodd, but why? She hate this. She hate that. Never. Where Russell when you need him? Ooh, y'all. She done been deleting some of her comments too. You deserve everything that happened. You unfollowed. It makes sense why Russell. No, say that, y'all. Oh, they so mean in the comments. I'm not gonna read that one, but y'all see it. Thank you for showing all who you really are. I've always felt bad for you. Now you can GIFY. Nothing wrong with a Cuban flag or Puerto Rican flag and a Spanish flag. Ooh, child. They tearing her up. They also finna tear somebody else up. Let's go to Nikki Post. I'm not going to show y'all what they saying about Chris Brown. He taking enough. I'm not going to do that. But they tearing him up. They tearing his tail up. You hear me? Come on. Somebody say. No way. Oh, I'm finna cry. Okay. Did Nikki get a chance to perform for her new friends at the MAGA halftime show? Asking for a friend who was watching Bonito Bowl. She said something about it. She said that It was a disappointment. She sure did. Let me see. She said it was a disappointment. I'm trying to figure out why when they represented your people. So this is what y'all call a Super Bowl halftime show now? Turn the Super Bowl into a protest is crazy. Football fans came for football. Girl, you don't even watch football. You don't even know who was playing, girl, with that glue on the side of your wig. Miss me with the forced culture. What for? He showed the Trinidad flag, so what was forced? I know Trinidad's cussing you out right now. I know Trinidad is cussing you out right now. What do you mean? They're going to call you a drunk lady. They probably call you something else. America's biggest stage deserves better. That's what she said. That's what she said, y'all. But she didn't perform at that Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. You know, now she talking about it was a protest. And let me see if we can get some people's opinions. I don't know who she been thinking she is. But she can go have a seat. Them folks ain't asked her to perform for free. Girl, please. Don't nobody care. Child, I posted that. Let me go on Facebook. I posted that my auntie, not my auntie, my cousin say, F her. I say, I know that's right. I'm sick of my friend. He finna get put in the doghouse in a few, but she don't care. Oh yeah. Since he talking about it's such a great economy in America, explain this, Nikki, and everybody else. The U.S. record 1,008 job cuts last month, and up to 118% from the same period a year ago. The worst January in almost 20 years. Oh, okay. So Billie Eilish said something back to Jake Paul, slow bird. So Jake Paul stay in Puerto Rico. He talking about if nobody like him, deport him and all of this, and talking about if Billie Eilish house got raided, she don't need to call 911. So shout out to Billie for the clap back. She said you own the house of Puerto Rico and the fly is flagged when it's convenient. Rather than saying F American, just say what you really mean. Oh, I know that's right, Billie. Billie say what you really meant, because you out here caping. I want to go to these comments under this Nikki post before we get up out of here. We've been on here for 2 hours. She saw Cardi out there. Where was it a protest? The people dancing and getting married. Is she talking about Kid Rock? Child, this meme been going everywhere. I guess she upset Clump didn't attend either. She probably critiquing Melania about something. You know her man on the files. The way y'all going hard on her in the comments and a simple Twitter search will show you she never said that. Yes, she did. She literally hasn't tweeted in 3 days. Somebody say y'all think this is real. Let me see what somebody said. Exactly. I was the one of them. I was wrong. Comment deleted. Y'all really believe she ain't say that? She could have posted and deleted as she always do. I mean, she could have posted and deleted as she always do. That's what she does. That's what the fuck she does. Okay? Do you really think, child? Anyway. All right, y'all. Oh, let me do one more thing. I'm going to play this last video. Then I'm going to get off. It's been 2 hours. But yeah, I just had to do a little breakdown because I see a lot of people not understanding. And I want people to understand what's really going on. And this is how he was sitting here watching it. Oh, I can't play it. Hold on. Copyright. So they didn't watch their stuff, but he was there. We're going to let it play. He was there watching Bad Bunny. Look. Talking bad about it. All right, let me play this and we out.
High rate of unemployment for Black workers?
It is traditionally higher than for
all workers?
Well, listen, it's through the roof right now. There's hundreds of thousands of Black workers that have been pushed out of the workforce, and the unemployment rates for Black workers and all workers are among the highest they've been since the COVID-19 pandemic. Black workers contribute over $1 trillion to the U.S. economy, but the push out of these workers from the workforce has led to a loss of $37 billion in the GDP, with Black women being among, just so y'all know, the most educated and most active in seeking work. Their push out is a glaring warning sign for where our economy is headed, because Black workers, Black women in particular, have always been the canaries in the coal mine. So this is a problem for everyone. Black women are bearing the brunt, but everyone will feel this hurt. I have led letters to Fed Chair Powell calling for action to be taken. He is also a member of FSOC. So I want to ask you, Mr. Secretary, will you commit to analyzing Black unemployment rates specifically and its impacts on financial stability? Yes or no?
I will analyze Black unemployment rates.
Wonderful. And when will you get us a report and a plan of action? I was thinking March 6th.
I can't commit to a date.
Okay. All right. Well, I think March 6th makes sense. That'd give you over a month, which is more than enough time to convene that working group and to report out your findings. I know you already have the infrastructure to do that. So at the end of the day, Black families, Black futures, and the lives and livelihoods of all who call this country home are depending on you to act. And with that, happy Black History Month.
Yeah, period. All right. Thank you guys. Don't get to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys later on this afternoon. Later. Bye.